Hi, 7 basic English grammar forms today for you. I made this timeline here and 3 zones. The first one, past, the second one, present, and the third one, future. The first time zone is present, and the first tense we use to talk about regular action in present. It is when we talk about some type of lifestyle things, when we describe the routine of our life. I live in London, I work in an office, I live in a big flat, and so on. That is what happens to you regularly. And the example for that we will write here. It will be I live in London. I will remind you here that you also can use negative form, which is I don't live in London. And question would be, do you live? This is capital D. Do you live in London, for example? The problems here may be with he, she, it. 3 words. He lives, she lives. He doesn't live, she doesn't live. Does he live? Does she live in London? Okay, the next one is a tense which we use to talk about something which is happening right now at the moment of speaking. While this one, the purple one, was present simple, the green one will be not present simple, but present continuous. And the examples here will be I'm looking at you now. Why aren't you listening to me? Here we use be and verb and ing. The same story with the past. I will take, let's say, yellow. And in the past, we can have some actions which happen one after another. For example, yesterday I got up, opened the door, and what I did, I set off for work, and so on. To compare, it will be I lived in London or whatever. Negative, I didn't live. And did you live somewhere? And this tense is called, it is called past simple. So very easy to see that here you have present simple, here you have past simple. The same way as present simple, you have the other form present continuous, and the same way past simple has a form of past continuous, which happens at exact time in the past. For example, exactly 17 or exactly 5 o'clock or exactly 7 o'clock and so on. So the example of past continuous here will be the text. I was looking at you yesterday at 5. What were you doing there in the opera, for example? I saw you there. What were you doing there? I will remind you that there are some verbs which are never used in continuous form. For example, see, know, want, need, like. You never say I'm liking. Yeah, you say I like, he likes. The same with past continuous. I liked, I wanted, I knew, and never I was wanting. We don't use it. For the future, actually we have 2 forms. And the first form is the easiest one to be used, is when we talk about some events in the future, and it is called future simple, or just will. I will go there, negative, I won't, which is will not. Won't is the same as will not do this. Yeah, I won't do this. And no problems here. I won't, she won't, he won't do this, and so on. Question will first, so will you do something? The other form for future is going to. The difference here is that you made the decision not at the moment in the future and not at the moment now, but you made the decision in the past. For example, yesterday you bought the tickets for Panama or for Australia, and it means that you are going to go to Australia next month. And this form is be going to do something. For example, I'm going to visit my parents next month. The question is he going to buy that house, whatever. The difference between be going to and will is not very obvious. Be going to is the same as I'm planning to do this. So that's my plan. I've already bought tickets and I already have something and so on. One more tense here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more tense is what? One more tense is present perfect. Present perfect actually is translated the same way as past simple to Lithuanian language. And it is when something happened in the past, but it relates to now. Nothing interesting in my words. I can imagine that nothing you can understand from relates to the past or whatever. Graphically, visually, I can draw this line. And there are some trigger words, some words which show us that it must be present perfect. Yet, ever, already, and probably yet never. And I will write it's present perfect. And examples will be I haven't done it yet, or classical have you ever been to? By the way, we use to here, which is quite strange, but to Paris.